here we go. Come on then, James, we'll be quick. Bare-chested in this weather isn't a good idea. Did you know that James trained both Schwarzenegger and Stallone in how to be tough in sub-zero temperatures? James, that's it. Yeah, lean on the fence. Perfect. All I'm going to do is very quickly repeat what we did indoors, but out here without walls. Naked flash first. I'm going to be quick because I don't want to freeze James. He's quite a nice chap, really. It's difficult to get the camera to focus. Janie, can you put the light on James for a moment? Thank you. Great, now I can focus. Sorry, that wasn't meant to happen. I can't focus. Hang on. Put the light on James, please. Right, I'm focused. Okay. And now I'll take the picture. Right, there we go. Bare flash. Very stark, very harsh. It's kind of spiky, isn't it? There's no real shadow behind James, but that's because there's nothing really behind James to cast a shadow onto. Polystyrene cup. Pop it on the top and see what happens. Right, light on James please, Janie, so I can get the autofocus to work. Thank you. Right, and next shot. A much softer light, but as you can see it's very, very dark. My suspicions about the thickness of the cup I think are proved accurate, because the light is escaping the cup and it's going out in all sorts of directions, but there's no white walls to bounce some of it back. That is a very, very dark image indeed. I'm not going to mess around with the paper because the paper and the film canister were almost identical. What I am going to do is just pop the canister on, there we go, and see what we get from that. Right, light on James please, Janie. There we go, we're putting the light, that's it, got it. The light is going on to James because the autofocus can't see enough in this light to pick up a focus point. Right, that looks to me to be better, although James, you do look horribly dopey in that one. The light is softer, it's nicer, it looks nicer underneath his chin. It's not so sort of burnt out, it's just got a nicer, more natural look to it with our little film canister. That's because the film canister is circular, but it's shattering the light, but it's also allowing enough light to pass through in the direction of James. Finally, let's just try our business card. Right, here it is.
Come undone, Mike.
Does that matter? You see, I'm tough as hell too. We're the Butch brothers, eh, James? Yeah. Right, there we go. Shirt's done up. Okay, card at an angle in front of the flash, just like we had it indoors. Light on James, please, Janie, so I can focus. Get the autofocus on. Got him. Just want to check my. There we go. Right, focus is right. Compose the shot. Fire the flash. You can't even see him. Do you know what? You really can't see him at all. Let me see if I can do it again, just one more time. Light on James, focus it. Right, I just want to be very careful here. Just have a look back to me, Janie. I've locked the focus by holding the button. I'm holding the card at 45 degrees. Very, very carefully. Bring it up to my eye. There is the tiniest, merest, faintest, ghostiest hint of a James there. Why is that when this produced such a beautiful result indoors? There's nothing to bounce the light off, is there? There is no light transmitting through this. There are no white walls for the light to hit and shatter and bounce and wrap around James. What's happening is the light's coming out of the flash, it's hitting onto this card, leaving at 90 degrees and keeping going, off into forever. Now you might be thinking, Mike, that's absolute nonsense. The reason it looked better indoors is because there were some lights indoors. Let's just check that one out, shall we? Come on, James. Come back in the wall, James. Well done. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to prove to you that it has nothing to do with the lights that are on in here, and that exposure was purely with the flash. James, have a seat. This time, can you just sit the other way round? I want to make sure people understand that I'm not just showing them the same picture all over again. All right, that's cool, that's good. So I'm going to turn, we're going to have to put the top light on. That means everything's going to go blue. Jane has white balanced the camera for the lights that are in here, which are tungsten, which are yellow. Go and watch the white balance film. I'm not going to explain it now. All I'm going to do is retake the credit card picture in here, but without these lights on. I'm going to kill that one and come over here and kill this one. So Jane's going to have to pop the top light on as I do it. There we go. Now then, let's line up James back in the same place. Can you shine the light at James for me, please, Janie, so I can focus? Got him. Okay, nice stuff. Get my card at 45 degrees, just as it should be. Now it's going to be slightly different because Jane is standing up next to me now. Can you sit down again, Janie, so you're in the same place? That's better. So we've got the same lighting conditions. I've got it focused on James. Need to zoom it in a bit, so different composition. There we go. Well done, mate. You look very miserable though. Cool. Do you see what I mean? It's the same shot. There is no available light in here apart from a little bit spilling off that top light, but as you can probably tell, that's not really having much to do with it, is it? It is all about the environment. The light is hitting this and shattering and rattling around the room. And it's this environment bit that you have to understand. You can diffuse till you're blue in the face, but if you're in an environment where you can't control the light, then you're on a hiding to nothing. For example, this method wouldn't work in the hall of a castle. Suppose you were a guest at a wedding in a great big dance hall with a high ceiling and there were no walls near you. It would have the same effect as it did outside. You're better off to use something like my little canister diffuser, which I've lost. It's lying around in the garden somewhere. Have a play with this. Play with light. Try things in different circumstances. Then you'll start to understand that there is no hard and fast rule about the way things have to be done. It is all about learning how light works and how it rattles around. Then you can begin to control it to get the results that you want.